The most dangerous person is not the one who ignores you. It is the one who gives you just enough attention to make you believe that something real is beginning. She writes first. She remembers small details. She laughs at your jokes. She looks at you in a way that seems impossible to misunderstand. Then, when you move closer, she becomes distant. And suddenly, you are not enjoying the connection anymore. You are trying to understand it. Was she interested? Was she only being friendly? Did you move too quickly? Or did you wait too long? The signs appeared clear in the beginning. But perhaps you were looking at the wrong signs. Because attention and genuine interest can look almost identical for a while. The difference usually becomes visible only after you have invested your time, your hope, and sometimes your dignity. I have spent many years working around women, beauty, fashion, and high heels. I have seen how easily appearance attracts attention. A woman enters a room, and people look at her. But being noticed is not the same as being known. And in relationships, the same confusion appears in a different form. Someone may enjoy your presence without wanting a place for you in their life. They may enjoy the conversation. They may enjoy your compliments. They may enjoy knowing that you are thinking about them. But enjoying what you give is not the same as being interested in who you are. This is the first difference. Attention focuses on the moment. Genuine interest creates movement. Attention says, "Entertain me now." Interest says, "I want to know what happens next." A person who enjoys attention may speak warmly when it suits them. They may disappear, then return as if nothing happened. They may send a message late at night because they feel lonely. They may become curious when they sense that you are pulling away. But when you ask for something simple and real, everything becomes uncertain. A clear plan, a specific day, a place in their actual schedule. This is where beautiful words begin to lose their power. I learned a long time ago that genuine interest is not measured by the intensity of one evening. It is measured by what happens afterward. Does the person remember what mattered to you? Do they make time without being repeatedly persuaded? Do they ask questions because they want to understand you? Do their actions continue when they are no longer bored, lonely, or in need of reassurance? Real interest does not need to be dramatic. Sometimes it is quiet. Sometimes it develops slowly, but it has direction. Attention often moves in circles. Interest moves forward. Many people make a painful mistake here. They confuse emotional intensity with emotional depth. If someone sends 20 messages today and disappears tomorrow, the 20 messages feel important. If someone becomes jealous, we may interpret it as proof that they care. If they return the moment we begin to forget them, we think they have finally understood our value. But jealousy can come from ego. A return can come from loneliness. And a long conversation can simply be a pleasant way to pass the evening. None of these things automatically mean that someone wants to build anything with you. At 50, I trust patterns more than moments. A moment can be sincere and still mean very little. A person may genuinely miss you tonight and still have no intention of choosing you tomorrow. That does not always make them dishonest. Sometimes they are simply following every temporary emotion without considering what their behavior creates in another person. But you still have to see the pattern. If warmth appears only when you step away, that is not necessarily closeness. It may be a reaction to losing attention. If plans remain vague for weeks, that is not mystery. It may be a lack of priority. If you constantly have to restart the connection, then perhaps there is no connection moving without your effort. And now I want to turn this idea around. Because the most uncomfortable question is not whether she is genuinely interested in you. The real question is whether you are genuinely interested in her. Or are you interested in finally winning her attention? These are not the same thing. Sometimes we do not chase a person because the relationship is good. We chase because the answer is unclear. Uncertainty keeps the mind busy. One warm message creates hope. One cold reply creates anxiety. Then another warm moment brings relief. Soon, you are no longer responding to the person. You are responding to the rhythm of reward and disappointment. You call it chemistry, but perhaps it is simply tension. You call her mysterious, but perhaps she is inconsistent. You say that you cannot stop thinking about her, but are you thinking about who she truly is? Or are you thinking about the version of yourself who will feel valuable if she finally chooses you? That is the part many people notice too late. They were not falling in love. They were trying to complete an unfinished emotional story. When I was younger, I sometimes believed that difficult attention was more valuable because it had to be earned. If a woman was uncertain, I thought I needed to become more impressive, more patient, more persistent. I treated her hesitation like a locked door, and my task was to find the correct key. Age changed my view. A locked door is not always an invitation to prove your strength. Sometimes it is simply a locked door. Real confidence is not the ability to persuade everyone to choose you. It is the ability to notice who already sees your value and who only enjoys receiving it. This does not mean that genuine interest must be immediate or perfect. People have work, families, fears, and difficult histories. But a mature person understands that. But a busy person can still be clear. A cautious person can still be respectful. Someone who needs time can still show that they are moving toward you. The question is not whether they reply within 10 minutes. The question is whether their behavior creates clarity over time. Genuine interest has several simple qualities. It is curious. It wants to know more than your status, your appearance, or what you can provide. It is consistent. Not constant, but consistent. It does not become warm only when it fears losing access to you. But it is practical. It eventually turns words into meetings, promises into actions, and possibilities into decisions. And it is mutual. You do not feel as if you are carrying the entire connection alone. Attention is easy to perform. Interest costs something. It costs time, effort, honesty, sometimes inconvenience. A person who is interested begins to make room for you. Not immediately in every part of their life, but somewhere real. This is why compliments are among the weakest evidence. People can compliment you and forget you 5 minutes later. Flirting is also weak evidence. Some people flirt because it is their natural language. Even frequent messages can be misleading. A phone allows someone to keep you emotionally close, while keeping you completely outside their real life. Look instead for investment. Do they remember? Do they follow through? Do they initiate? Do they make a decision when a decision is required? Do you feel that your presence matters, or only that your attention is useful? You do not need to interrogate anyone. You do not need to play games or disappear to test their feelings. Simply stop doing all the work. Leave enough space for the other person to reveal their natural level of effort. Not as punishment, not as manipulation. As information. If the connection dies the moment you stop carrying it, then you did not destroy it. You discovered its true condition. This can be painful. But pain with clarity is better than comfort built on imagination. There is also dignity in accepting what you see. Not every person who enjoys you is using you. Not every uncertain person is cruel. And not every warm interaction is a promise. Sometimes two people simply want different things. The problem begins when we keep translating their limited attention into the answer we want. Attraction can begin with a look. Interest is revealed by repetition. Attention asks how you make someone feel in the moment. Genuine interest asks who you are when the moment is over. So do not ask only whether she smiles when she sees you. Ask whether she makes space to see you again. Do not ask only whether she misses you when you leave. Ask whether she values you when you are present. And do not ask only why she keeps returning. Ask why she never truly stays. The answer may save you months of confusion, perhaps even years. I no longer believe that every spark deserves to become a fire. Some sparks are only sparks. Beautiful, brief, and gone. The right person will not always be easy to understand. But over time, their actions will make you feel less confused, not more. You will not need to examine every message like evidence. You will not have to earn basic consistency. And you will not spend your life wondering whether you matter. Attention can make you feel desired for an evening. Genuine interest makes you feel considered when you are not in the room. That is the difference. And most people recognize it only after they stop listening to words and begin watching what repeatedly happens. Have you ever mistaken attention for genuine interest? And what finally revealed the truth? Tell me in the comments. Your experience may help someone who is still trying to understand the signs. High heels may attract attention. What lies beyond them is far more interesting. Welcome to Beyond High Heels.